Hi, everybody. We're live another week. So sorry I'm late. I was actually my fiance got arrived late for lunch, so I was able to finish lunch and do that with Sage and Ayan. Yeah, you can come in. My father wants to tell me something. What's up? Oh, so as you can see, we have a new studio now. It's a new setup. Felix is probably going to show this with Melly. I mean, you could probably follow the Instagram account and see what we're doing. We're posting a lot more content. Felix and Melly are taking care of social media now, so you're going to see they're doing a really good job actually. So if you want to maybe see your order there, things like that, they're posting a lot of content, whether it's shipping, printing, producing, picking. There's a lot of really good stuff. I don't know if there's anybody joining right now on the live event, but if there is, great. What should we cover today? There's a lot of stuff that is going to happen. It's a big week ahead. It's been a big week, and you can see that the volume is actually quite increasing with Black Friday. So you guys have seen it on your stores. We're seeing it from the orders that we're receiving in the app right now. I have in my dashboard right now, I can see that there's 457 like orders that are in progress on the floor. There's 1,514 orders that are actually in progress. So they've been pretty much processed since last night, yesterday, and they've been approved to the app and they need to be picked and printed. So if I look at the database and I just look at numbers right now, that's 5,000 items, 5,100 items that are in progress that either came in yesterday, today, that needs to be picked and ready to be printed. And we also have 2,521 shirt on the floor right now, either being printed, QC'd, or being shipped. That's the status of what it is. Obviously, the numbers are increasing the closer and closer we get to Black Friday, which is the biggest day for online sales for everybody. So I hope that you guys are all getting ready, and there's really good features that are coming along. I wanted them to be ready for today, but there was just so much that we're cramming into this new publish that we weren't able to do this for today. So it's going to go over the weekend and next Monday, Tuesday. We're probably going to do live videos next week, every single day. It might be in the shop, might be on Instagram, but we're going to be posting more and more content coming up to Black Friday so people know exactly the updates, how to use them, and how to get ready for the big day, right? Uh, I think that's super important, not just for us, but for you guys to be able to handle those things. And I think I want to jump in and maybe talk more about Shopify. So I'm going to have to log into my Shopify before we start sharing screens here so I don't bore you. But we've had a lot of questions about being able to control and manipulate your Shopify's account because either you weren't able to import orders, you were having problems with shipping rules, things like that. So I just want to go over like a crash course of Shopify. So how to set up your account to make sure that you can import orders, you can process orders on your account, make sure that you control shipping costs as well, and have a smooth transition. Because realistically, like I was mentioning last Friday, Printeez.com, Printeez on Demand does not control anything on your Shopify, right? We're a completely different app in the sense that we extract data from Shopify and then we push back data for an order saying, hey, the order has been published, like it's been fulfilled, and here's the tracking information. But we don't do anything else other than that. Like we don't control your product costs on your Shopify. We don't control what products you have on your Shopify. Like I was saying, I think mentioning last week, you can sell candles, you can sell shoes if you want, like anything that we don't produce, it really doesn't matter. It's your own Shopify store. We don't take money from there. We don't control your sales. We don't control your marketing. That's all done on your end. So you charge us the prices that you want. You charge the shipping costs that you want. We're really just there as your production partner to be able to produce your orders on demand and fulfill them to your customers, right? That's the goal of the app. So if you're having issues with either shipping costs, if you're having issues with inventory, it's because you're having a dilemma in the aspect of what is the goal of Printeez, what's the job that Printeez has versus you owning your store. I want to go in and really go an overview of how I would personally manage my own store if I had a Shopify store to be able to have full control and really just understand it. So if you're new to this and you're starting with Shopify or you want to get your feet wet with Shopify because this is the app that we do integrate with, obviously there's more coming. WooCommerce, we're working on it. It's just the open source of WooCommerce is a lot more I don't want to say flexible, but there's just a lot more content in WooCommerce. The way they structure their data is not as organized as Shopify. So it's taken a bit more time than what we had anticipated, but that's fine. At the end of the day, we just want to extract information for orders, be able to simply send that back. So it lets your customers know that when the order ship, your store can actually send that automatic email saying, hey, your order's shipped. Here's the tracking information. We don't handle any of that. That's all controlled on your Shopify site or your WooCommerce site or whatever connection we're going to have down the road. That's going to be handled by the platform you're using, right? So if I go into my Shopify, Felix, maybe you can show my screen here, and I'm going to dive right into first of all, my settings. So you have the small button at the bottom, and then you're going to follow in here. It's going to say general, and then you're going to scroll down. And the first thing you want to make sure is that your order processing is not automatically fulfill orders on the line items. What this means is that every single time an order comes into your Shopify store, it's automatically going to fulfill it. Like some people want that because maybe they're sending out postcards or I don't know what they're doing, but it's a feature that they want to use. And some stores, when you create them by default, have that. Every time I've created a store, that was not the case. But if your store has this, make sure to toggle that off. So only gift cards are automatically fulfilled or don't fulfill anything at all, right? So I would go for automatically fulfilling gift cards because obviously you don't have to do anything with that, right? So anything that's not a physical product, you want to automatically fulfill it. So a gift card is not a physical product. It's a digital asset to where you just send that to your customer. It's money, right? So I would go and set up my store, say automatically fulfill only the gift cards of the order and save. And I'm actually going to go in and show you the difference of what this is. So I'm going to go here and create an order. Actually, I have a bunch of orders and all you can see that all these orders are unfulfilled. What this means is that it needs to be shipped. It's a physical product that either my team needs to go and pick on the shelves and ship them manually, or I want to partner up with a POD partner just like Printeez and say, hey, you know what? This order is not fulfilled. As soon as I'm going to refresh these orders in my app, whether it's Printful, Printify, Printeez on demand, you're going to now be able to import those orders into your account. We also have store setting rules to be able to override those, but we don't want to talk about that. That's for complexity and we don't need to go there. So just to make sure that we're not fulfilling orders that you've already sold or you already produce, this is the best way, safest way to make sure that Printeez is only fulfilling orders that you want us to fulfill, right? So if I go here and change this setting again and say automatically fulfill, and you can notify the customer if you want, automatically fulfill all orders, even those with high risk fraud. I mean, that's all up to you. Personally, you just don't need to do that if you're doing it on demand. And then we're going to dive into inventory stock later, but this is the first thing I want to talk about. And I'm going to go here and create a draft order. Create an order. I'm going to add my name, auto populates, browse products. I'm simply going to toggle these two products. And you're going to see here that I'm going to add a discount, create discount. Not that, sorry. Add a custom discount, percentage, percent free Shawn. There we go. Add shipping, custom free shipping. And that's going to be $0. Mark is paid. So create order. Now that my settings in my store, you see like right away, automatically in my screen, the order was now fulfilled. So if I try to import this order right now, refresh, it's going to say that I have 0 orders to import. So if you're having this issue and you're like, why are my orders not importing? And you go into your store and you see that this great thing, fulfillment status says fulfilled, then you know automatically that you need to go into your store settings and change that to make sure your orders now are going to be able to import. So I'm going to go here, toggle that back to automatically fulfill only gift cards, save, and then go back to my order, create a new one, or simply go into this one. You can go, if like this is the case, you have orders for your customers right now that are pending, you want us to fulfill them. You don't need to duplicate the order. You can simply go into that order, click on this 3 dots here at the top right, and click cancel fulfillment. That's not going to cancel the order. It's simply cancel fulfillment. And you can see here now that I have fulfillment 1 and fulfillment 2. And this just means like it hasn't been shipped at all. So these have been fulfilled November 21st because technically they were, but you didn't add any tracking information. So you're just going to do this. And now automatically, if I refresh the orders, right away, the order just came in. So I can click on it and I can see that I have those 2 products that I just added to my order automatically map and come into my store. So one, that's the best, like the The most important thing and feature that you want to make sure that you're setting up correctly is that your orders are not automatically fulfilled because we're doing on demand. We're fulfilling them on an order by order basis. And that's pretty much the bridge between your store and our app, right? So what we're doing is that maybe Felix, you can switch cameras and just put that in my face. I'm probably going to talk a bit longer. So what we're doing is really Shopify and our app are just connecting and doing the bridge saying, hey, you have an order, Shopify, send it to Printeez. The order comes in, and then you have to tell us what you want us to produce for that. We produce it. As soon as that's produced, the app then sends back the information for every single line item that we produce, says, hey, this one's been produced, this one's been produced, this one's been produced, and then marks that order as fulfilled and gives you the tracking information directly in Shopify. So now Shopify automatic emails is being sent out to the customer saying, hey, your order is on its way. Here's the tracking information. So let's go back to Shopify and go back to case number 2 as to why your orders would not be importing. So if I go to a product, and that's not a case where your orders would not be importing, it would be more of a case where you're going on your store and it's always out of stock. So you're like, why can't I just want to order this product? And why is it not possible to order this? Right? So you would go here and click add to cart and it wouldn't add anything to cart. So there's 3 things that we can verify here. And the first one is we're going to go bulk edit, and it's going to go into columns here, top right. You're going to go track quantities, stock that, continue selling. And I mean, stock that you don't really need. It's just, you want to click these 2. Continue selling when out of stock is a nice feature to have just to make sure that even though maybe this track quantity is active, you know that you're always going to keep selling that product. So maybe you want to activate this. You don't need to. You can actually toggle these off, and you can see that why is it not letting me? Is it because I'm plugged into HDMI? I think that's why. So I'm going to do the hard way and just do this, but that's not a big deal. If you copy the first row, click here at the top, you can pretty much select all and then just copy paste. So I can do this, continue selling when out of stock, because basically right now I'm not tracking any inventory. If you are tracking inventory, just make sure that this is only on your store level. And then you want to continue selling when out of stock for Printeez on demand because we're not tracking it, right? So just actually, you don't want to do this at all for any POD products. You just want to make sure that this is toggled off and continue selling. You can have it active or not, really doesn't matter. If you want to make sure that you're safe for yourself and you're double verifying that, hey, my product's never going to be out of stock, then do this, right? So this is one. And second thing you're going to go and verify is make sure that you have shipping rules set up for each location that you have. So if I go here, general, and then I have shipping and delivery, you have general shipping rates, and then you also have locations. So Printeez on demand is there. I don't really need to have that, but I have it because maybe I want to set up specific shipping prices for the app because you know our flat rates that we charge, right? And then you want to have maybe you have candles at your house and you have custom caps that you want to sell that you have at your own house. So maybe you want to split ship orders. Somebody orders a candle and orders a t-shirt that we fulfill. Then we fulfill the t-shirt and you fulfill the candles, right? So maybe you want to charge 2 shipping prices, just like if you had 2 stores. So you can set that up by your fulfillment location. And what I mean by that is that if I just go here and I remove this, I remove this. This is my base shipping location for my store. So if I go back here to this product and I go into publishing a store and I go preview, you're now going to see that I pretty much can't order black small. I can't order large, can't order anything because it says basically your store, this is a store standard warehouse. It does not have any shipping rules. So it's not even inventory. It just says that I can't even ship that product because you haven't told me what you want, if it's allowed to ship in Canada, if it's allowed to ship in US. So you need to make sure that this is not like this. Again, this does not even go with inventory. It just goes to the fact that you don't have any shipping zones for your store. So you need to add a location for your store. And I call this shop location, right? But this is probably going to be your store and you can go and manage your locations right here. I'm just going to save this to show you the case that if I just add that back and refresh, now it's going to load. It's not letting me. There we go. It's adding it. It's still showing that it's out of stock, but it's adding it to cart. So clearly my cache is not working because this is a preview. I'm going to go here, preview again. It's showing the same thing. And is my store still active? Yep, let's go back here. Bulk edit. Just want to verify, continue selling, stores, shop, location, perfect. Okay. So everything is actually working. And I can add them to cart, but these are now messed up. Which is fine. I just want to know why. So when you play with these things, actually, it does mess up a lot of things. Domestic, free shipping, international, go to markets. Is this product active in there? Yep, everything is here under that. Good. Okay. All location, shop location. This is only showing inventory if you did have some. So you could see it right here on the right. Inventory is not tracked. So technically you could sell it through any location. I'm just going to refresh again. Scheduled publish. I don't want that. There we go. Cancel. How do I remove this? You don't want none of this. Remove. Oh, hide it here. Remove. Cancel. Why is it not letting me manage access? Remove password. Add to store. Should be like again. I can't add it. It's not the problem. It's just the fact that I am seeing this. So if you are experiencing this, be aware that it's because you didn't have any shipping rules for your store. So obviously, if again, you don't set up your shipping rules properly, you're not going to be able to order your product because it's going to say out of stock, even though it's not out of stock. You simply don't have any shipping rules for that specific product. Second thing you want to look at is this. And if you want to add any location or change the name of locations, you definitely can. You simply go into locations here in your store setting, click on it, and then you can simply change the name. So I could call this Printeez Shawn. And now this is going to be saved under that. There's an error location. What's the error? Select the province. Okay, so that's why maybe it wasn't working. When you create your store, you have to enter all of these. And then I went and removed it. Let's just do that. Save. This is perfect. Use that. Save. Okay. Now if I go back to my shipping and I go back here, yep, you can see that the name changed. So if you don't like the name, you can go into your locations and change that. But that really doesn't matter. Nobody's really going to see that. You're the only one who's going to see it. So if I go to this product again, to the store, that's case number 2, why you wouldn't be able to sell your products and why you wouldn't be able to import products, right? Is inventory rules, so you can't sell them. And second is because you're auto-fulfilling your orders. Now, third thing that would make your orders not import is if there's no shipping address or email address for an order. So if there's no shipping address, you simply come into the order and say, add shipping address. Right now it says edit because I do have one, but if I click here, you can go into the database, click on it, it's going to add it, and then you can refresh and your order should import. So it's also going to give you an insight as to why your orders are not importing when you do actually refresh for orders. So you can read it and it's going to mention all the details as to why your orders will not import, and that should help. Now, is there anything that I should add as to Shopify overview as to why orders would not be importing? Maybe I could go into even settings and go like shipping, just make sure that you have shipping rules that make sense. So right now we're shipping to Canada, right? So does express make sense by weight? Personally, on my Shopify store, I would not use weights. I would use prices. It makes a lot more sense for budgets. If I want to offer free shipping, for example, over $100, I feel like that's really nice. But personally, I would set up a $0 to $100, like $0 to $99.99 ad rate. I would just do this flat rate. I would not use express. I would use flat rate, and then I would use custom. I would say standard, custom delivery. I would say made to order, and then prices. I would say like, I don't know, 14.50. Add conditional prices based on item, based on price. 0 to 9.99. So now any order that's below $100 would pretty much be charged $14.50, and then every order over $100 would actually be charged nothing, right? It's free shipping. So this is really nice. I personally like this a lot more than going by weight. You don't really know what weighs a t-shirt and hoodies and things like that. So to break down your costs, it's a lot more complex. So I would set it up this way. I would also make sure that I would mark up my prices, my products at this calculation. Maybe it's going to be complex the way I'm going to explain this, but I'm going to try to make this as simple as possible. If my product prices are $30 a pop, right? Then I could pretty much say that any order over $90, $95, get free shipping. Why? Because you automatically know that you need to sell 4 products to get free shipping. If you order 3 products, you're at what? $90, right? So it's a lot more interesting for a customer to see on a website $95 free shipping instead of 100. And you know that your products cost $30. So to get the free shipping, whether it's $100, 105, 110, 115, it's still the same thing. Because from $90 to 120, that's the cost of the Fort product. So why not market it so that people see it and they're like, oh, $95, that's a great price to get free shipping. I'm going to add an extra item. And then your average order value increases by $30. So that's a really nice thing that I don't know your costs, right? So this is why I put $100 there. But if I personally would run a store, maybe my t-shirt cost would be $44 on my store. Then I know automatically that 2 shirts is $88. I could put my free shipping at $90. That's what I would do because it's more aggressive than the standard, oh, $100 free shipping, right? Everybody does that. So how can you differentiate yourself without losing money in your pockets? It's just being smart by how you do math. So this is a great thing that us humans we're really, really good at is that the fact that we know that if A equals B and B equals C, then A also equals C, right? That's just basic logic. So if you want to do marketing on your store, use that logic in the sense that you know your costs, make it worthwhile so that you know that the customer simply needs to add an extra product. So again, that's just me going on a tangent because I like this stuff. I like marketing. I like websites. I like e-commerce. This is why we built the app. So if this can help you make a little bit more money in your pockets and get your average order value increasing on your store, then amazing. That's why I'm doing it. All right, I saved that. What else should I add and talk about? Billing, organization, that's simple. Checkout, maybe you want to go through this as well. You want to require emails, right? So shipping address, phone number, don't include. We want this to be required actually. Address line 2, optional, obviously. If it's an apartment or it's not, it doesn't need to be there. Company name, that's optional. And only require last name, that's fine. So marketing option, display a checkbox for company. Yeah, I mean, you set up your store the way you want. I would just go through every single one of these. Customer accounts, shipping and delivery. That's really important. And then locations. That's probably the biggest ones that you want to look at. Just make sure that the shipping rules are there and then your locations are there and you should be fine. And now your products, make sure that they're simply not tracking inventory. You're going to be fine as well. I also did a few calls this week with new customers that were having questions about the app and what it does, and they had questions about mapping products to the app. And I talk about this very often because we have this feature to where you can add your product to a store, right? Add this to store. And the more and more I talk to users, I want to remove that feature, to be honest. It's a really nice feature, I know, because you can simply add it to your store, but it makes you think that this app is controlling your store, and it's not. It's really made to where, hey, I'm creating a sample order in my store, in my app, like Printeez on demand store, and I just want to create samples to test the products. Awesome. You spent 15 minutes, 20 minutes creating those products, process sample order. You received them really fast because the team was great and you really like the product. So now you're like, okay, perfect. I can go and sell. So you go to your store and you're like, okay, well, I'm going to add these products to my store. Great. You do that. But then that does not reflect the reality of what print on demand is. You should not have to spend time creating products in an app to make sure that you're going to sell those products. What you should do is really go into the product catalog, know the products that you want to create, know exactly the cost of those products. If I add one print, if I add a second print on the back, if I add a neck tag maybe. And then what's going to happen is the fact that when you know the catalog and you know exactly your costs, you can design freely all the products that you want. So you can say, okay, I know that my t-shirt is going to cost me $17 because I want a neck tag and I want a front print on them. Well, now all you need to know is memorize all the colors that are available in the catalog that we offer. So you can freely go and design all the products that you want, whether it's on the canvas, Kindle, Photoshop, Illustrator, AI. You have all the flexibility that you want because you know exactly the cost for the products that you want to decorate. So I think that's the best way to run your store because it's going to let you be free and be creative and create as many products as you want on your Shopify. And then when those sell because they're hot and people like them, then you can go in the app, refresh the orders. The order is going to come there. And we built really nice tools now that when you refresh bulk orders, you're going to have this view unmapped items. And this is going to tell you all the unmapped items in your not synced orders. So when you do this, right now I only have one, right? Like it's the same product because it's 2 sizes, but you're going to see right now, I'm going to go click sync product. It's going to give me this toggle and I'm going to drag down and simply map those 2XLs and 3XL sync product. And I'm going to go back to my orders. And so why is this one not updating? Let me delete the order and refresh it. Maybe I unmapped it last week, but I want to show this because this is really cool. It's a nice feature that we built. So yeah, now it automatically mapped. Okay, so I was probably playing with this last week because it's a new feature and it's really nice. But what I was wanting to say is that when we have this, and you know what, I'm just going to import that order again because I see that it's mapped. I'm going to unsync it. Yeah, that's this one. I'm going to unsync this product and do this again just to show you. It's a really cool feature. So this lets you truly be free and create as many products as you want in your Shopify store. And then when the orders are going to come in, just like this one, they're not going to be synced. You're going to refresh your page automatically. Now you have the view unmapped items. Click on it. You're going to be, all right, I want to sync this product. It's going to give you all the features that need to be mapped. You're going to do this. You can also use your keyboard or you can search. So let's say I want to see ivory. I could do that. I can also use my keyboard like this. It's pretty cool. And now I'm not used to a small keyboard. Do that. I could do this, click white. It's pretty nice. I mean, on an iPad, I was doing this yesterday on my iPad. It was really cool. Click that and extra large. All right, I'm now going to save this and I'm going to go back to my orders. Da-da-da. Exactly what I was saying earlier. Now this order right here is automatically mapped. So as soon as you click create product or like map product that we were seeing on the page before, it goes into our database and it actually refreshes all the orders that you have pending to see if there's an item in that order that was not mapped to now having the data, and it's going to automatically sync them. So you can use the bulk order submit feature, or maybe you really have a hot product and you sold 100 of those and that product was not mapped, and now you would have to have go and you would have to go into every single one of them and click and map that product. Now you don't have to do that. You just go here, refresh, map those products, and automatically it's going to go through all the orders that are pending, need not sync, to make sure that they're not missing any of those products to map them automatically. So again, it just goes, we're putting more and more features into this app to make sure that you don't have to create products in advance. This is the biggest request we're getting from customers that want to shy away from all the other POD platform out there, is they feel like they're stuck into an app to have, like, they're writing to us. So like, can you copy all the products I have on my app there so you can transfer it there? I mean, first of all, we don't have that data and we can't import it. But with the flexibility that you have here on the app, there's no reason why you shouldn't just even try. That's my 2 cents, because there's no uptime investment that you have to do other than just going into the catalog and learning about the products. Okay, this product's going to cost me this. This product's going to cost me that. Here are all the colors available. Here's the decoration methods that are available. Perfect. I know exactly what to sell. So that's the only investment that you really have to do and make. It's really learn the catalog, learn what you can sell, learn your costs, and then you're going to be good. Is there anything I should add into this aspect that I feel like it's very complex for people to understand, but in my mind, it's super simple. It's like we built the app to make sure it was going to be extremely simple to use and not have the burden of having to convert 3,000 products from another POD app to this one to make sure that we could fulfill them. That was like one of the biggest features we wanted to build. And we actually spent a lot of time building and going through it because we wanted to make sure that it was seamless and it was easy for people to use. So if you're worried that you're using another platform right now, or you have to create all your products in advance, there's no reasons for you to spend all that time. If you just like doing it, and you love doing it, use it. I mean, we have it, right? But yeah, I would not personally use this at the store. I would actually create my samples on this and just process an order and get the experience that a customer would. But I get that maybe you want to get your hands wet in the app and learn how it works. Obviously, it's simple for me. We built it. So I know exactly how it's made, where the buttons are. I know that spending a bit of time in the app and learning the products, it's fun. I know that there's a lot of customers that say, "Hey, you know what? I actually enjoy doing a lot of this, and my creativity actually flows when I'm doing that." Um, yeah, maybe you can come here and do this. I'm gonna show some things. I don't know if it's actually gonna work, but this is what's coming inside the design tool. So if you do like the design tool, you might even actually love it more. So this is a sneak peek of what it's gonna come and be. Did he actually toggle it off? Yeah, it's cool. Let's just do this. Oh, it's not active. Never mind. We have some really cool features like the print presets. They're used by some of the customers a lot, and then they're not used by a lot of customers. And I went through the aspect of going through it and understanding why and asking questions to customers when I was doing these calls. And by the way, if you're using this chatbot here because you don't like you have questions, it's an AI chatbot that we train with the app and the FAQs about the business. And as soon as you click talk to a real human, it transfers over to somebody on the team and we get a notification we can answer. And right now, most of the time, I'm the one responding on the live chat for Tidio. I like doing that. I like getting the feedback from you guys, and I feel like I can learn a lot and improve a lot faster when I do that. But if I'm not available, there's also a link to book a call for 30 minutes with me. And this is why I have feedback this week, right? Is we did a few calls, and I feel like that's super important to learn more about what your needs are and what we can do with the app, and we can really dive into it. So this week when I was on the calls with customers, with you guys actually, there was a lot of feedback and I was showing this and I get the response and I understand that maybe you want to have a perfect left chest, but you want this to be 2 inches wide and not three. But now automatically when it reshrunk, it resized automatically to our 0, 0 axis, which is top left. You don't want that. You want that to be centered inside this box right here, right? So we're building tools. It's going to called smart canvas mode. It's really interesting. You can activate pretty much every print presets right there on the app and you can toggle through using either drag and drop, and automatically if you drop it into a second print preset, it's automatically going to place it properly. And now these size and alignment tools are going to be proportionate to that print area block that is active. So I know this is hard to imagine, but if you can visually see it with me right now, it's going to be extremely cool because you can select left chest, resize it to whatever size you want, and now use these size and alignment tools to center it inside that box, to recenter it vertically, horizontally, put it to the right, put it to the left, directly inside that print area. So you're pretty much creating your own canvas inside that print area box. We're also adding a eye offset from the top of the collar. So specifically with like back prints where the offset is roughly 2 inches, right? It says that if I put this to 0 right now, it's not a true 0 from the top of the collar, like the bottom of the collar. So we're adding the offset. So you know exactly if you take a shirt, put it on the floor and measure it, you're going to know exactly where your artwork's going to go within a 0.5 inch tolerance that we have when we're printing, right? Because it's humans. Right now, it's still humans, not robot putting shirts on machines. Um, you're going to know exactly where the artwork's going to go. This, I felt like it was confusing. And I heard when you guys were saying like, oh, if I put this at 2 inches, where is it really going to be from the collar? So now we're adding all of that information. It's going to be shown right here inside the app. So really cool features. Again, this is why we added the Calendly call for 30 minutes to book a call with me, is because those feedbacks are invaluable. Like we iterate directly on them, and it's not hard things to do to code and add to the app. It's just we have to think about it. And that's the hard part, right? I'm being honest here. Like I think we built something that's really good, but with your feedback, it's going to become amazing. And we need that feedback. So jump on the call, book a call, a 30-minute call. And it's every day, 7 days a week. I'm free. I can do this unless I have something booked with the wife and the kid. I'll probably block out those hours, but I really like doing this. And this is why I signed up for it. So If you want to join, I'm there. I'm available. So that, and then what else did I want to show and talk about? We talked about neck tags. If you're new here and you like neck tags, I know a lot of customers would like to have the feature to where they can say, for example, this product, I want a white neck tag. This one, I want a black neck tag. This one, I want a black neck tag. This one, I want a white neck tag. Right now, there's no possible way for us to actually do this. The reason why is because we had to cater to the customer that wants to do large POD and wants to scale his volume with creating products and being able to do them fast, right? So for us, the easiest way that we found was simply you have a template here and it auto populates, right? I cannot go in, and if I would ask you the first time to go in and say every color, you would have to go here and upload every single color for this SKU. It wouldn't have made sense. Nobody would use neck tag. It would be useless in the sense that it would be too long. So our big sellers that sell hundreds of shirts every single day, they don't want to have the tedious process going through every single SKU and doing that. And also the other option that I was thinking about and we talked about doing was maybe like you had a feature where inside the product catalog, you could go in and add specific neck tags to this SKU. And maybe you drop down and say, okay, well, clay red, let's add a neck tag for the black extra small, the small, and do every single variant inside this product catalog. But then this will be confusing because you go back to the app. Where do you select that you want it? Where do you select that you don't want it? What if you want to change it only for the specific product? Is there an override? Is there not an override? Creating a UI and then a UX that goes with that. So UX is user experience. So how would you understand where to go to create this experience, right? To create your product and add your neck tags, specific neck tags. It was extremely overwhelming and complex to think about going here and adding a neck tag and then going back to the designing tool and not seeing it there. So the simplest way that we found the solution is like, if you want multiple neck tags, like different color per neck tag per product, just create two product. And now we have the duplicate product feature that you can do this very easily. So I want to have dark neck tag here and I want to have light neck tags here. I copy this product, duplicate it, and I do exactly the same thing. I just take the product here, I click edit, and I just go into my finishing and change it, right? So I would just go here, finishing. Right now, it is the black neck tag, but let's just say I copied that product. It had the white neck tag. I could just go in, remove it, double click on this one, and automatically it'd be saved. And like I was saying earlier, this does not have to be two products on your Shopify. You can have one Shopify product and automatically sync it to whatever you want, right? So if I look at this SKU right now on Shopify, is it mapped? It is mapped. This one is, this one's not. So on Shopify, let's go to my products, test shirt. Perfect. I have 4 variations, right? And these 4 variations are all linked to this product and this product. So if I go to this one right now and I say more details, I can see exactly that they're synced to all the variants. Now, okay, I can say, you know what? I don't want to sync it to all variants. I want to unsync this. Perfect. And I want to sync the black ones to it. And then I want to sync the white ones to the other one. So test T. I'm going to go here. And this feature here, sync products, is exactly what I had earlier when I was on the order page and you can see unsync products. It's going to be the same modal, except it's going to give me the tool to search all the products from a specific store. So maybe I'm a big seller and I have 10 Shopify stores. Well, you select the one that you want to search a product to, click the name of the product that you have on your store. So right now I know that this one is test shirt and I'm finding that product. So this is not the product that I have in my app. Obviously, this is confusing because the mockup is the mockup from the app, but let's just try to imagine that this right here is the mockup that you're selling on your store. So I would click on it, and now it says, okay, this is the product from your Shopify, view product in Shopify. Tell me which product this equates to inside the app. So I go here, choose a product. I'm going to use the dark one with the light neck tags, and I'm going to simply map the variation. So exactly the same modal that we had earlier when we were going through the unmapped products. And you're going to see right here that I'm not going to map the light color garments because I want to do that again. And you're going to see it's pretty smart. It's going to tell me actually that these are all mapped. It's really cool. So I'm going to sync this, leave those there. And you can see now that I have these mapped and this one is not mapped. if I go to this product before I go and finish it, you can see the details. Perfect. Only the dark colors are mapped. Awesome. So let's go back to sync, go to the store, tests, click on this product. I want to choose a product that I have in my app. It's going to be the light t-shirt with the dark neck tag now. And those are all going to be associated to the same product on my Shopify. So again, this is one product on Shopify and I'm mapping multiple SKUs inside the app. This is what is amazing about the app. It leaves you with so much flexibility to be able to do these things and create so many variations. So now I just do this. I map all those products and I'm automatically going to have a perfectly mapped and synced Shopify product with two decorated products inside the app. So if I would try to do this right here with two XLs, it would say, hey, you can't. So don't worry if you made a mistake. It's going to tell you. So now automatically this product and this product are synced to one Shopify product. This is really cool. I like that. That's a nice feature. So even though you can do multiple color neck tags inside of one product, you may create multiple products that are synced to one Shopify product. So I think that's going to help you be creative and not feel stuck. So those were the biggest questions that I had this week. I think I went over them. There's a lot more features in the app, but this is the basis of it, right? You want to process an order, you can go create an order manually. You can sync it to a store, and creating orders manually is super simple. You have all access to every single product in the app. You click on the product that you want to add to your order, say add your quantities, your address, and create an order. So right now, this is a white label solution. If you are creating a sample, just be aware you're not going to receive any confirmation email. And we're actually going to be creating a confirmation email that's going to be always sent to the store owner. So if you're the store owner, well, you're going to have a confirmation email every single time, even though we're shipping this to your customer, Josh or Marco, or I don't know, whoever, right? Is it whoever or whomever? It's a good question. I need to keep working on my English, but that's fine. Yeah. So anyways, we're not gonna bother anybody else other than you. We're going to let you know, hey, we've received the order. The order's been approved. And then as soon as it's shipped, we're going to send you a tracking information, say, hey, this is a manual order. Here's the tracking information for it. Here's where it's actually being delivered. And maybe you can contact the customer and let them know, hey, your sample order is on the way. Or maybe that order's for you and you just want to have that information. Great feedback from you guys. I know you guys, some of you process manual orders and you're like, hey, did you guys receive my order? Right now, if you want to see that, you can simply go into your order dashboard and go into production, and you're going to see all orders that are in production. So for us, like when we created the app, we didn't think about that. We were thinking about white label solution. And then obviously this is your admin dashboard. So you would have access to everything that you want inside the app. But yeah, your feedback is great. And this is why we're making it better. I'm parched. What else should I talk about? Is there anything that I'm forgetting? I know I need water. Is anybody joining today? There's one person. Awesome. Hey, we're getting better. If you have any questions, Felix, do you see the chat on the right? Is there any questions? None. I guess we have some really good people watching. The person who's watching is an expert. If you do have questions, again, there's the Facebook group, there's the live chat that you can go in, there's the live events that we do every single Friday that you can join and ask questions. And where? Book a call. Calendly, and you can hit us up on social media as well. Melly and Felix are going to be happy to help you guys. Thank you to Toronto Mama. What's her name? Do we have her name? Geneva? Geneva, thank you so much for the order that you sent us on DoorDash. The team was extremely happy about it. I mean, that's the ultimatum. How can you top that? Right? So truly grateful for all you guys for your support. And hopefully we're going to keep making this app even better. So happy selling. Next week's going to be a big one. And I hope you guys have an amazing Black Friday, and we'll catch you all next week in production floor. Black Friday time. It's going to be peak season. It's going to be crazy, but it's going to be fun. Have a good day. Have a great weekend, guys. Ciao.